January 7th book was The Drowned World by J.G. Ballard. I don't know where to put this. Here? Maybe here. So this was written in 1962. And it's a post-apocalyptic world in which mankind doesn't actually kill itself. Yay! Instead, the sun is expanding, apparently completely on its own volition, and raising global temperatures and water levels until man is forced to flee to the poles to live out the rest of their days until they can't anymore. There's no hope in this novel. Just an exploration of the effect of an environmental time warp into the past on the human psyche. There's a lot of really strange psychological gobbledygook in this book. And I swear if I had to read the word uterine one more time, I was going to scream or throw something. I don't know. The use of repetition in this book is used to create a closed loop feeling, especially between those who have succumbed to the calling of their evolutionary past. And yeah, if you're reading it just for the sound of the words, then it's really lyrical, kind of lyrical, but it mostly just drove me crazy. The medical and psychological jargon had a distinctly new age hype feeling to it that made me kind of snort, despite my decision to try and take it seriously. For example, the uterine odyssey of the growing fetus recapitulates the entire evolutionary past, and its central nervous system is a coded time scale, each nexus of neurons and each spinal level marking a symbolic station, a unit of neuronic time. I have no idea what I just read. Like, I understand it because I was reading the book and I understand it in a very, like, vague sort of level, but yeah, no, I'm not. A lot of the story was distinctly unbelievable, from the scientific parts to the psychological, and I had a really difficult time, as I said, taking the book seriously. Except for the parts where the crazy looters came in, that went about how I expected it would. I don't mind that I read it. It didn't take that long, and it is a pretty well-known science fiction, old school science fiction novel. It's an interesting snapshot into some really alien beliefs in a post-apocalyptic world where, for once, man isn't really to blame, which is, a little bit refreshing. But it was hard to get into and hard to get through, and I didn't really take a lot away from it. But if you're into science fiction and end-of-the-world scenarios with no hope, give it a shot. But be prepared to not really understand a lot of it.